Facet. My god, that does so much damage as well.
So was he just...
He only did 700. He was half health, I think. And he got cleaned.
Nice. God, Tiny does so much damage. It just...
And there's not gonna be a lot happening on the side lanes, I wouldn't expect. Just because the Morphling's really passive, and the Ursa is also, like, he can get really active, but with winching on the Undying...
They play safely, it's going to be hard to kill that Necro. Mars has so much HP, so positionally, as long as they play well, can't see a lot going on down here. But
I wouldn't
mid
expect
lane,
much to happen.
This mid lane... oh, Shackle? Is that just tickling him? Power Shot comes back, spiteful Rubik Power Shot. Yeah, there's a lot of really good vision from Dire that was setting up their... with him, swap in onto Gabala. They decide to try and deal with the axe first. Johnny trying to keep Ursa busy, but Gabala has decided he's just going to play forward as Gachi is running to that Shadow Demon, and the Shadow Demon is dead without buyback. Johnny doing what he can to fight this. Coming with him, and I think they're about to try and shut this axe down as fast as they can. He gets the Torn off, but he's already switched to strength, so he's okay. Gabala trying to hide in the trees, but Huncho George is here with the stun, and that axe is dead. Okay, nice for... And of course, Axe Dagon, right? Axe Dagon deals with those major illusions.
Yeah, Dagon one-shots all illusions, no matter what, and excels when he can get that one spell off that hero, and then make it do a one-shot on another hero.
And tell me, what do you think about the way that the facets obviously filling? Smoke breaks.
He blinks.
He blinks away.
Insane.
A lot of wasted time.
An ancient stack, and he wastes 3 players' time for nothing. That's like a 500 gold swing in itself, right? That's a kill you thought you were... There's not really too much you can do melee into ranged, and being so mana sensitive that the EMP just screws him over, unfortunately.
So do we... Oh, hang on. Troll taking a bit of damage there. Oh, looks like Gabala is throwing... Parfait is now in trouble as well as he tries to run to his tower and just gets up down! Okay! Nice, young Harold. And Gachi going in bottom.
Gachi gets a kill, 2v1.
Pouring their way back into it.
There's still 20k in the hole, but... it's possible, you know? They scout out the vision using the Zeus, so like...
Oh, charge through onto John.
1k lead, but they still were up almost 2k, just from how well top went and how well mid was going to go with the Invoker pick.
Yep. Necro's still on top of the net worth chart though at this stage. Lane's pushed in, it's got this stupid bull rush talent. Where it can just run away anytime it actually hits a wave. Plays so far forward. I mean, we saw Boxy doing it before, like, of it, so that's going to get really scary.
He's just mirroring what they did to him game 1. He's got the... He's got the Shadow Blade, and he's got the Octarine queued up. It's exactly what they did to him game 1. And he's just... I reckon they might take out they might take out Void Spirit? Oh no, Faceless Void.
Faceless Void?
I was completely wrong with that. I was thinking maybe they want to...
They're looking...
from having 275 health. If he was on full, he would have like 11 damage from health. And that's why you're seeing a lot of like the wands and a lot of heavy branch start, just like the Vengeful Spirit.
Ursa lurking on the side. In comes Axe with a phenomenal call. Down goes the SD and down goes the Tiny immediately. Huncho gets a stun off in return and doesn't have time to get his ult off. The Morphling doing what he can to put some damage on, but he... Okay.
No way, they almost lost Reverie for that. That would be so nuts if he died there. Wowie.
But here comes another charge onto Johnny. If he gets the space he's been having.
If he can make a play off a Naked Radiance, yeah, but you still gotta respect the fact that he only has 1,000 health.
Oh, Power Shot just misses. Oh, it was so... Strikes me as the time in the game that the Necro might need to start getting involved, because I'm worried. I know that it needs the farm to sort of start to have an impact. Doesn't get caught or doesn't.
He's got a big one. He's not too afraid. I have been seeing a lot of pros do the Ring of Health build on the Ursa. Very, very nice, I think. It keeps you really...
A little bit worried because, to be honest, the draft that came out from Painter's AU Reject, last game was worrisome. But this time they've drafted better, and their draft is really coming together. Whenever I played Earth Spirit mid, I was picking it up specifically for those heals. It just, yes, the damage was good and it plays well with Earth Spirit's kit, but the amount of times that I would roll in, start a fight, drop them...
Doing this kind of shenanigans, they would be losing these fights, and you can see...
Look out! The bear just jumps on the back line and deals with that Shadow Demon. Meanwhile, no! Reverie caught with his pants. And I feel like we see more of these. Monkey goes, good to see Monkey. It looks like Slaughter Gang are focusing some real meta heroes rather than target banning, at least from what I can understand.
Battlefield as well, yeah. Notice how the Tiny's opted to start with the Null Talisman as well really early, just because he needs the mana income. He just doesn't... He's not going to get these runes. Like, the Breaker will just take both water runes. Meant to be. We have another charge onto Johnny. Let's see how much damage this one does.
Johnny. I wish there was a charge counter because that bull has been bullying you all night. The Zeus is coming to... Morphling's just going to try and port out here. No, cancels his port. He cancels his TP. But that might be a mistake, Reverie, because there are 4 Radiant heroes here and they are looking for you. He does have 4,200 HP and is outside his tier 3 though. So he might just live 8 minutes in, so... Oh, this annoying Spirit Breaker, just zoning him away from any chance of a rune. But Io's come in, there's another power shot. But we do have answers for the Morphling, right? We talked about Axe Blink. Axe Blink is one of the hardest counters, but hey, just to sidestep once more towards Shadow Demon, one of my favorite heroes.
Players are so famous for so many different heroes. It can really go like any way, but Gachi plays really well with an IO combo. The Mars is exceptional into the Snapfire, plus it's like bread and butter for Johnny.
It's on his Rubik, one of the boys of Dog. So it's interesting to see that they do put a lot of value on these comfort heroes, because we're seeing that reflect in the pro scene, right? You've got players, really dominant players like Amar. I also noticed immediately that they've decided to ban out the Storm. Obviously Storm IO is a combo as well, so they didn't elect to get rid of that. Yeah.
So what's not going to get Huskoed here.
So AU Reject's looking for a pos...
Hello?
There he is, and if you guys can let me know if his mic is too loud, too quiet, whatever it might be along the way, I will adjust it on the fly. White Glint, you reached out to me and said, hey, there's no way you're casting...
Everything you've said is correct, as well as it's giving him the Linken's break, right? Morphling bought the Linken's so that he doesn't get dunked. The Dagon, even if it's a level 1 Dagon, cuts through the Lincolns and then opens him up to being cold. And
Raccoon is diving and down goes Tiny as well. That's a 5-man wipe! It's a 5-man wipe!
The entire team is gone. Gone. What the hell?
He's running! Axe wants the dunk!
They got him.
Oh
no, he
my god! Rampage to that Axe! Oh my god, that's Rue's doing everything he can to get up into its fountain, and it is not going to make it.
Fast.
Oh, Reload comes in. Invoker in a bit of trouble, and out comes that Necro ult.
Punchstock is down. He got him again. He's getting caught out. Whenever a player gets arenaed, you'll notice at the top on the screen they have a red eye symbol showing that they're disconnected in vision from the rest of their team and they can't be seen.
Hey,
so, like,
Blink Dagger.
Had to get through just because it was the most impactful hero on Radiant last game by far.
Well, they just beat it. Are they confident enough to let it slip through? Does Johnny just have a magnet on top of him? Because this moo cow cannot stop charging immediately at Johnny, and there's no ports to save him this time. Gets a stun out, but it's too late, and the bear is just going to eat him for breakfast.
And that's better. The upper division is very healthy this season. We actually have 7 teams this time. A lot of them are relatively balanced compared to each other. We don't have like, there are maybe like 1 or 2 teams who might end up being the favorites.
Smile and have a bit of a laugh.
Yeah. So they do have the shard now on the Undying, even though they did they get
the Morphling alive. But what's the point of saving your Morphling if it doesn't have any farm? Like if it's not getting back into these games. Huge performance from Prey, Dota, and in my opinion, possibly the best hero in all of Dota. This hero does so much. Okay, first of all, the illusion damage buffed. Phenomenal. We already knew that's very exciting for me. I'm pretty stoked to see you in Evoker.
It's still discussing on Radiant. I think they're still discussing what they're going to do here. Only winching is, like, obviously winching Io was guaranteed. Brawlhalla, my dreams are answered.
This is what we want to see. This is proper Dota. It's a Slobberknocker.
Oh my God,
the only downside is
hilarious.
trying to keep the camera in the right place at the right time because there's so much action going on. Speaking of me, and his team is here. Out comes the ult. Johnny gets the swap off to try and interrupt that Shadow. Oh, hang on. Shadow Demon is on the sideline. Can he throw any? Try and get some damage onto you as well. Missed the axe call because of the swap. Beautiful play there from Johnny. And down goes the cow. Okay, they're in action. If they eliminate this cow, they might actually be able to play this fight. Vengeful is running, but the Shadow Demon goes down to the Dagon and the dunk.
That was a very unexpected and abrupt ending, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, the 27 minutes, not the fastest game I've seen. I saw Devious knock a stack in 22, 23 minutes. Action somewhere. Zeus, with his little Mario jump, is springing away into those trees because all of a sudden the enemy team is on the hunt. There is a charge at the moon cow. Vengeance, says Reverie. I want this cow. I can't let...
Just because of the Oz split up and farm mentality, it gets you so many free kills. It just makes the game harder to play for a lot of players. And all you need to do is really catch him out.
Axe call, and down goes the Sand King and the Shadow Demon almost immediately. This Venji needs to be careful. There's the Refresher Orb coming out to get the Tombstone down to give the vision for Team Radiant. They are thinking about it. Coming back to lane. Just, you know, doing tiny things. I'm gonna come back, hit a few creep, and the moment he arrives, he is EMP'd and completely ran out of mana. Which must be the most frustrating thing in the world. Huncho's up here having a look, but they didn't deal with the bear. And there's that beautiful save from RFA, but it might not be enough to save the Venji. She's slipping out in the back. She's got to deal with the zombies. She doesn't deal with the zombies, and now she's dead. Two-way street.
Like, he just charges through the wave. The wave's dead.
So do you want to talk a little bit... Oh, looks like they're going for Roche, but I don't think Radiant's...
I like this, actually, yeah. Radiant have no clue. Just because Winching...
The lift? Not much to follow up.
Didn't have the spear. So something to note is the Invoker didn't have boots in that whole engagement. So if he overstepped, he was probably dead. But lucky for him. Took the game and ran away with it.
I mean,
absolutely insane.
Yeah, and we saw end of the game there. I mean, he opens up the high ground with that phenomenal blink and catches 3 heroes, and then and the bottom of the ditch is because of his Aghanim Scepter, right? Like, that's what makes this hero so strong. And I see he's got the Halberd queued up. I get it. You're against an Ursa, but like time.
Oh my God!
Where did all that
so much
damage come from? What? Where's my recap?
Yashakaya and
by the way.
Oh, I've been disconnected.
Oh, looks like They're doing what they can to get on top of Johnny once again. Johnny running as fast as he can, and they do manage to get him. Huncho pops the ult and jumps in, but that damage just doesn't seem to matter.
Gang squad built up from the lanes.
You know, I'm not surprised that Dai was caught off guard by that play, because it shocked me so hard I couldn't get my words out to just see all the space. Cal, keep diving. No.
It nullifies a lot of the damage of the Ursa, but the Zeus still put him down to like half there. Bootsless Vessel at 8 minutes 44 kind of just like puts a wrench in the entire plan of Radiant, you know? Like the AU rejects don't have a way to enable Gooby.
Out, pins the IO to the wall, and now Gachi, caught out of position, might be a big scary undead Necro, but needs to be careful. Takes out the Invoker. I didn't even see Invoker on the backline. Here's the first Snapfire ult we've seen in the game, and down goes Rubik. Okay.
You just never know who's pretending and who's actually good. And Pancho George is the kind of player who will dump an OD on you no matter the matchup. I played
into Rev quite a bit, and I've played both his Naga and his Troll, and they are spooky heroes when they are in his hands. So I get it. I'm seeing him. Charge comes out though onto the Shadow Demon. They're looking for something here, but they're trying to pick the right target. Huncho decides he wants to deal with that Mukau. The Mukau's doing too much flag. It just rubs me the right way, dude, seeing Jason hanging from a flag like that. Oh, look at the other flag as well. I'm joking. Okay, let's get into this. So, tell me a little bit about these teams. What can we expect to see favoring here? It looks like some really interesting matchups and some straight...
There's a lot of comfort going around here. Okay, I honestly say I slightly favor the Dire here, because when hands damage...
Just doing 6,000 damage at 5 minutes, as Tinies do in 2024. Hey, this Ricochet has caught me off guard as a support far too many times. Snapfire's here. Does the Snapfire have ult? He does. Ooh, big whirlwind, but that EMP is going to do a whole lot to these Universal heroes. They're just completely out of mana. Dive from the Spirit Breaker. Can they kill that Snapfire the moment you get back?
Oh, he's even going for a halberd on Sand King. He's doing anything he can to live. Tiny's almost got Yules, the Venge has the Ags, but yeah, they have no item progression on... I do look like an idiot, but it's really hard to predict, because they're doing some silly stuff as well.
Yeah, I can't predict it either, so don't you worry.
Yeah, Voka mid, +1 troll. That guy's not squishy by any means.
None of the Universal heroes are squishy. God, and it's the worst, dude.
Charge on top. This could be a breakout fight.
Like Slaughter Gang did, or are you going to come up with another wild pick that's a little bit unpredictable, a little bit spicy?
So I think both teams are going to mix up the drafting here. He's just charging back.
Hold up, Shadow Demon ult out, Shivas goes off. Huncho trying to get his ult off, but the Zeus keeps interrupting it, and just like that, Raccoon is just leaving. Johnny swaps back Gabal.
This axe, so they're gonna have to do stacks for the axe, because he's gonna slightly lose lane into the Morphling Shadow Demon, because like it's a hard lane. It's just, I'm not sure how they're gonna make up the difference and actually hit their timings.
Venge to the back.
Venge died bottom. Oh,
yep.
Not the worst movement around the map. I mean, we're just waiting for one of the oldest players.
Did you after last night, because I did shout it out on stream, have you signed my petition to have Hoodwink removed from the game? And everyone out there in Twitch chat, I do have the petition up, so please go and get that hero.
Entirely, and opting for the Eternal Shroud instead, because of how much damage the toss combo does to you.
Shadowblade on the Spirit Breaker at this stage.
He's going to start getting out of control.
There is a Glipney. What's Windy up to here? Yeah. Stacking like a good support? No? Yes? Yep, she decides to.
Yeah, there's not really a lot she can do.
Spirit Breaker is pinged out the
Wind Ranger for AU rejects. Beastmaster ban, same for Slaughter Gang. Are they actually just going to end the Brood? So it's two of the same bans from the early game.
Rolling it back. Hey, we know how strong Brood has been. Elite Slayer 60, you know? Like, I want really, really creative names. Oh, okay, let me talk. This is the strongest support in all of Dota. Gives that to Zeus? Yep.
So, I think the most important thing to check is to swap to net worths here and look at the net worth here.
Oh, hang on, Gavala.
Zeus is winning.
Has been found by the Morphling, but he is pretty thick. Looks like he's just into a Necro. A Necro IO was able to somehow like get what he wanted out of the lane. He really wasn't that far behind. I had a look at the net worth, and he wasn't that far behind. And then on top of that as well, he was able to then just punch. Ooh, that Mars might be in trouble if he stays just a little bit longer. Scattershot comes out from the Rubik to get the slow off, and they have to choose a target now. If you chase two rabbits, you won't catch either. That Rubik is leaving. And when you see this hero played well, is there anyone on AU Rejects that plays Brood well? Are they banning it just because it's meta?
Gooby,
or are they...
Gooby and Gachi, 100%.
Okay,
Those two players, even Invoker was like, they saw every mid laner they could put on the Radiant team into it, and they decided Invoker will just win all these matchups, which is kind of rough for Tiny, unfortunately. Putting damage, like, the bear can do like a good chunk. Now he has like the maul bonus and like the attack speed. But yeah, they cannot leave the base.
Raccoon is just diving the base. Oh, looks like the Zeus Ags comes out, and then goes to the...
and drop a sandstorm with Axe. That's all he has to do. Speaking of the lanes, I think there might be a bit of action in mid this game. No way.
Is that a mid Sand King?
Playing Sand King. Yes.
Who did we see in the pro scene just play this? I'm sure I saw someone in the pro scene just pick this recently.
Happen 2k advantage, and whenever Radiant are winning, they're only getting 1 or 2k, and they're not getting any objectives out of it. They're not getting much map.
There's also a 7k XP swing. Dota, dude, what an absolutely phenomenal game of Dota, and what a phenomenal co-caster you've been for me as well, White Clint. Huge, big Dota brain in that head of yours, hey?
Thank you for having 4-2 still open. The Venge 1-3 still open. The Shadow Demon, it's probably going to be 5. Let's be realistic.
Yeah.
Slaughter Gang still have so much.
Both of them look like they need something to bring it together. Slaughter Gang looks like it's the stronger draft to me so far, but I feel like AU Rejects are cooking something, and it's a windy.
The entire map, just building the network leads. I think Reverie sees the top lane looks good, and Axe is waiting for him up there as well.
Johnny, 200 gold.
Bing chilling and zapping shit for free. I'm curious as to how Honcho's going to answer this one, though. That's going to be the more interesting question.
And
that's 6 HP regen and 3 mana regen permanently now on the Rubik. Oh, that's good.
That is something that you want to see on a Rubik. Down by Gabala again! Gabala just making this guy's life absolute absolute hell, dude! Christ, Gabala, give him a break! Give him a goddamn break! There's so much. Gives you the initiation, gives you vision, gives you tower push. Gabala needs to be careful though, because there are lots and lots of these mana stacks building up on top of Gabala, and he...
It's like a known quantity. To get 6,000 gold out of a banner, I feel like is really, really hard. So you're 100% right, they should have just waited for the Roche to go top. Because like a free Ags on this Ursa, he can never die. Blood
Just
water.
On the edge. They're looking at this. They're looking at this axe, but they whiff the avalanche, and now the Mukau is on top of Tiny. The whole team is here though, but they are grouping up, and there is a Battle Fury 1 here, or are they running the Tiny as a 1?
So AU Rejects have done something brilliant here. Gubala has played Snap 3 earlier in the tournament. Snapfire can be a mid.
Before he had this Bull Rush talent, Boxy was doing exactly what we're seeing now. Now he has the Bull Rush talent. Like, it's so obnoxious.
It breaks Dota.
Yeah.
You're having to dire vision. 2 wards. One of them old, one of them placed just as the fight breaks out. And it's just turning into a bit of a vision difference here. Necro got a lot of damage out that fight, but it's just nothing in comparison to
him.
Ruby gets
Zusol
in.
comes out to give vision. He is trying to pour it out of there with the avalanche, but there's the
Dagon!
Dagon coming out from the axe!
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Gabala is feeling themselves. Dagon axe, it's been a long time.
Yeah. So the Zeus is really good here, gives him a lot of vision. He's obviously they don't need to pick a mid laner to go in, right? They have the Breaker, they have the Axe, they have the Ursa. They can make a lot of space and then have the Zeus in the back just in kills at least, right?
And we did see the Shadow Demon having the impact that we expected it to have. And where it was like saving this Morphling, we did have the swaps from Johnny to keep one of the strongest pos ones we've seen.
Definitely.
Is it going to be enough to deal with the Morphling?
I don't know. So on paper, right, going against a Spirit Breaker, a Troll, and a Mars is going to be almost impossible to have a lot of like momentum and actually play well with the win. So I'm honestly not sure why they picked it here. But this kind of does lock in their picks.
Draft, because we've got so many good teams. We've got obviously the Pigs team with Tobbs and Mashed and Andros, Jakino. Super scary team with some super scary stand-ins. There's that Might.
These are big kills. They're feeding like massive streaks. They really need to get serious on the Australian rejects and finish this match.
Oh, Gachi.
Oh, he's on
jumping
Morphling?
on top of Morphling. Morphling's just going to waveform away. So much to keep its pos 1 alive in lane, keep the pos 4 busy, so I'd prefer to see it as a 5, especially if there's a Venji in the game. Now, this Ursa has also shot up in the meta at the moment, right? There, and that Spirit can still have a whole bunch of impact if it can somehow survive, but I don't think it is going to survive here because the Baron's on top of it, and down goes the Spirit. As
they don't have the damage anymore.
Fine. Johnny is duking and diving in the trees, but just can't quite make it there. That was so much damage from the toss, the avalanche, the scatter blast.
Now.
Holy!
Run him a bit sleepy because they kind of like imploded off the lanes, but game 2, oh my.
Spicy, absolutely spicy. Well, I'll tell you what, if I do end up casting...
It's such a good counter this game as well. It makes it impossible for like the Zeus to buy 4-star. It's one of the strongest ways to remove Bulldoze.
Oh, there's 3 heroes on bottom and they're hunting Tiny. Tiny needs something that I can't see, but they seem confident with the way that they locked their heroes. They took the Tiny and they immediately snapped up Snap and IO. So this is an opener for them. Your eyes are probably fixed on Riyadh. Are you taking any lessons from what's been happening in the group stages of that so far?
I have a feeling, yeah. At least one player on all these teams, I can almost... Right. But yeah, it's super exciting.
I'm worried though, because part of the reason that this Sand King is like seeing play once again after such a long period of just being in the... They decide not to bring the vision to save the... to kill the Invoker, and the Invoker is saved. Just walking away there. Young Harold strolling back to mid, Tiny trying to give him some mana. They know Axe is bottom. Do they try something?
They do have vision on Dire. Okay, goes for
looks like just a bit of vision, a little bit more chase to sort of get the heroes that you want inside. So it's really quite good. I'm a big fan of it, but I'm always going to take Promulgate because I'm a lane bully and I prefer to have a secured lane.
These are like the 2 most impactful picks on both drafts, right? Get rid of them. They're both gone. There's no way.
Okay.
They might try the Necro again, but I think Gachi...
Shadow Demon is dead as well! Toss away, but it doesn't matter. The Tiny goes down. Hunter's here. He wants winching. He wants something in return, and decides to even waste his ult to try and deal with this big, punching, undying... Oh, this IO.